going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 6 of Toon Talk, your #1 beer league podcast for Flint, Michigan. Connor, Garrett, Tim, the boys are back. All feeling a little bit under the weather, so I think I speak for the other two, and we apologize if there are any errant coughs or sneezes during the episode, but we're working our way through the Toon flu, so bear with us.
Hey, we power through.
I can't help but wonder if we got the other team sick too, because just about everybody in our locker room, and we did get the COVID test, we played it safe, and we've gotten enough that we're pretty sure that there's no COVID in the locker room, but maybe some variant of SARS.
Yeah, that was a wild claim from Reader, who was kind of patient zero.
Yeah.
Said he's COVID negative, but he might have SARS. So
mind you, this is his first game back from his honeymoon too. So
yeah.
Well,
he said
all signs point to Reader.
yeah.
I'm kind of wondering if his new wife kind of put the kibosh on him playing hockey.
Oh, that's a good point. We'll get to that. We'll get to that later.
Lonely housewife on a Sunday night, I guess.
We got a segment for him later. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, good thing you mentioned the getting somebody else sick, because that's kind of the first thing I wanted to touch on this week. We had something that I don't think I've ever had happen in any of the years I've played hockey. We, normally the team that is in the locker room before you, sometimes they take a little long, and once you start walking into the locker room, they make their way out.
Yeah, it's just like the unwritten code,
Yeah, exactly.
You're starting to have the next team come in. You clean your stuff up.
About a half an hour before game time, that's kind of when it's acceptable to go into your locker room. And if they're still in there and they kind of make their way out. The team that was in the locker room before us hung out in our locker room while we were in there getting dressed for at least 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And when somebody asked them about it, they gave one of the best excuses I've ever heard. The guy said, "It's too cold to go into the rinks and drink. And if I go into the bar, I won't leave. So I just want to sit in this locker room and drink."
He's not wrong, though.
I know, exactly. Which was pretty evident by couple late nights for a couple guys on the team this week.
Well, the issue with the being too cold at the rink. They don't have the sweet merch that we do, and those quarters, man, those keep you perfect.
That's
not
true.
Too hot, not too cold. It's beautiful.
They complimented them. They loved them.
Well, everybody has, and everybody that's like made a snide remark is just secretly jealous. That's all.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But Tim gave him a couple QR codes. So if you guys are watching, shout out Family PT. I know one guy, you gave it to him and he goes, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?" Looked at it like it was gibberish. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm just doing my part.
People that are my age, it is.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll be on the lookout for some new subscribers, new listeners. Shout out Family
we
PT
picked up
if you're watching.
The bar afterwards, and I would say we're up to, last I checked, 33.
Yeah, something like that. 33.
Hey, shout out to our Kettering boys. They were out, after the game, telling people to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
If they keep that up, we might let one of them on the show eventually.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll probably do like a frat special where we record in the frat house.
Nah, we don't need that. Hey, if we do that, we'll have Tom go. Tom was talking to them about going to a frat party. We'll have Tom go and record. He was all about that. All about that frat party.
The one time 100% that Tom will be there.
He's already checked in on the bench app.
Duck hunting, Tom will be there.
Oh shit! But yeah, that happened before the game. I don't know. I guess anything else before we get into this week's game. Sam, I gotta ask, what's going on with the school buses, man?
Well, that's a good segue. Your boy's on the struggle bus this year, so I only thought it was fair to have buses as my background.
Have the struggle buses as your background.
No goals, no assists yet. You have you looked into any like home remedies for a cold streak like this? Have you ever been on a cold streak like this before, Tim?
To be honest, I don't think so.
We're 5 games into the season with no points?
Nothing, yeah.
I think Eric's only got 1 assist, maybe 2. Maybe it's that whole line, that unit. Maybe we got to shake that up. Maybe Eric with Johnny and me with Tim, and we'll get some puck moving.
You want to put the Midland boys together?
We would have a whole Toon line or Toon Talk line.
Oh.
Or why don't we put Tim with John and then do a Redline line?
I do like the Redline line. That is.
I do too. I don't know. I don't think.
Give that a shot.
I think Tim's more on board with the Toon Talk line than the Redline
Yeah.
line. I told Tim though. I said, Tim, listen, I love you, but I'm not giving you that first point. You're gonna have to earn it. So we'll see. You're gonna have to gut your way and gut this one out.
Yeah, we'll see.
You'll get there.
Maybe.
Everybody makes their way through it. Maybe.
Yeah,
If not,
yeah.
have a couple extra beers after each game.
There you go. I mean, we're talking about all the points and whatnot. I mean, may as well get into it. So
yeah,
Connor and Tyler with the 2 lone goals.
Another
the
rough
last
one.
2, I mean, they scored three unanswered goals, and we scored 2. And that was, I think we scored both ours in the second period, and it was scoreless in the third. But
yeah,
I think you mentioned in the locker room, Connor, like we pretty much ran the second and third period. We just couldn't bury anything in the third to tie it up.
Yeah, we just never capitalize on chances. And it's just, this has been kind of the case for, I think, all 3 of our losses this year.
Yeah.
At least the last 2 games, we've given up a goal in the first minute of the game. We get ourselves behind the 8 ball early, and then we dig ourselves a hole. We're down at, a couple goals. Like you said, we were down 3-0. I think we were down 3 or 4-0 last game. And then we're just battling uphill every game. We gotta get going quicker. I don't know what it is about us, but we're just slow starting and
maybe we all just gotta
game.
take a little bit of that C4 juice that Ember's taking beforehand.
You might be onto something.
Really get those gears turning.
When he shotgunned that and then he was like suspiciously quiet on the bench.
Yeah,
like most of the game.
His face was on fire.
Yeah, he was like physically vibrating. I thought he was gonna like vibrate out of his skin. It was crazy.
Yeah, I'll get that video and we'll throw that up here too, because it's quite the sight to see. I mean, the man, usually just does like the typical C4, but I guess he got a hold of one of the C4/energy drinks.
Yeah,
pound that, and he
shotgunned it,
but not necessarily in like the good like score a goal. I mean, he got an assist, but he was I think he didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, I think it was kind of one of those, let's see how this goes. If it works, it works, and if it doesn't, I'll never do it again. I would be surprised if he
like
does
crystal
that again.
meth, right, guys?
Yes, exactly like meth.
Okay,
Yep, exactly like that. Everyone's tried it once. But no, decent game. Like you said, we took it to him in the second and the third. One thing I noticed, and I hate to sound like a coach, but it is what it is. I've been watching game tape since I have to do the game recap videos now. I counted probably 5 or 6 times when we had chances to shoot and we just waited like a half second too long, and they got a stick on the puck and it deflects wide, it deflects into the, up into the netting or whatever. That happened 5 or 6 times. We were just taking just a little bit too long with the puck and trying to make it the perfect shot. A lot of times, if you just put it on net, chances are, even if it doesn't go in, it's going to bounce. Yeah, it's going to bounce off the goalie. I mean, look at Eric. Eric last week was a great example of that. He just put the puck on net. The puck bounced right to me, and I buried it in a wide open net. I mean, it's really as simple as that. So, there's just a few small things we need to tweak. What else was I going to say?
I don't know. Tyler had a pretty sick goal.
That was dirty.
Yes, that was pretty dirty.
Well, it's better because he plays with Brendan on his A-League team, so they definitely got a little chirp fest going on before and after the game, and probably into next week. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, shout out Brendan. He was the goalie on the other team. We've known him for a couple years now. Great guy. We always chirp him. He always comes and chirps us.
He's fun to play against.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He's a solid goalie too. So that's part of the reason we got to.
Yeah, definitely probably one of the better goalies in the league. That's for sure.
Yeah. He loves it when you tap the puck in though after he covers it up.
Yeah, most goalies love that, Tim. Most goalies do. Did you get a little bit of wood in the back of the legs when you did that?
He wanted to. I was too fast for him. Couldn't catch me.
Yeah, that's what
I might need to go find that and throw that video in of you running away from him as fast as you. You've never skated that fast with the puck on your stick before, but as soon as Brennan raised his stick a little bit, you were out of there.
I get back to the bench. Eric goes, "What the hell was he chasing you for?"
Oh, man.
Eric, I'll have to find the video of Eric too. Shit. All right, hold on. I'm gonna make notes so I don't forget to do this. Eric was talking to him and Brennan and kind of gave him like a little stick or whatever, and Eric dropped his mouth guard, and then he went to pick it up and he tripped and like slipped and fell on his own mouth guard in front of the net. Yeah, and the the guy on the team was like, "What the hell was that?" Eric was like, "My mouth guard. It was my mouth guard."
Well, it makes sense though. Poon Patty wasn't there, so somebody had to take the
That's
fall.
true. That's true. Yeah, but it was overall. I mean, I'll tell you what. Those last 3 games, I feel like we left a little out there. You know, I know we're, you know, says here, you know, they don't count that first game. So it says here we're 1-3, but we really should be maybe, you know, 2-1. It's or 3-1, I guess. I don't know.
With the exception of Johnson and Wood, who I think is probably a step above us in terms of just like overall team play, we definitely can beat anybody in our league.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing about SJM and Mercino is they all have a John or two on their team, like us. You know, like the guys that are just there to drink, probably never played hockey in their life, so it just kind of like rounds it out a little bit. Kind of a John on just about every line, Tim. But you know, like we're more of a overall team unit.
Yeah,
so,
we're team fun.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
And like we said, we're not going to win every game, but we're definitely going to outdrink everybody every game. So.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was we left about 115.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. I left about 11. Yeah, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, it was a late night. Later than it needed to be again. So good thing is next week it's 10:15 versus Labatt Blue. So I
don't think anybody's gonna
those ones are usually quick in and out. So
yeah, we'll probably have it because there's no games after. So you know.
Yeah. So speaking of games after too, we watched the Johnson and Wood and Mercino game. That was a good one. It actually came down to a shootout between the two teams.
Yeah.
I mean, as you can see, Johnson Wood came out on top, but that was a fun one to watch.
Yeah, they're both. I mean, those are by far probably the 2 best teams. I'm surprised SJM hasn't lost. I'm surprised Mercino beat SJM, to be honest with you.
No, Mercino lost to SJM.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah, and they play next week, so that'll be.
They play next week.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be getting there early.
Oh, SJM plays Johnson and Wood next week. That's what you meant.
Yeah. We got Labatt Blue and Dirty Work and Mercino.
So, one thing I wanted to mention, going back to our game, Bice, who I was one of the older guys on the team, kind of goes back and forth. He kind of fills in wherever we need him.
He's our flex.
Yeah, he's our flex guy. I thought he had an absolutely phenomenal game playing defense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, there were some times where he was back checking. I've never seen that much speed out of that guy.
And I'm telling you right now, we joked about it a couple episodes ago. It's the roller hockey. Straight up, it's the roller hockey.
It probably is, yeah.
He's in like mid-season shape right now, and he's only getting better. His skating has improved a lot since the last couple of years. And the only thing, and I made sure I put it in the highlight video, so make sure you check that out. He was back checking. He got the guy, he kept in the corner, the puck goes around, and he goes to go out in front of the net, and he just runs right into the back of the post and like falls. Bray like freaks out, like, what the hell was that? Who ran into my net? And Bice just kind of looks around, stands up, and goes and gets the guy's stick in front of the net like nothing happened. It was great.
Good thing nobody caught that. Yeah.
Yeah. Good thing there's no cameras.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to give Bice a shout out. I thought he played a really good game. And it's not the easiest. It's definitely not the easiest thing in the world to like play winger 1 week and then go play defense and then go back and forth. It's hard to get into a groove. So I wanted to make sure I shouted him out.
Absolutely. Yep. And well earned.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we got, like you said, Labatt Blue next week.
Yep.
Need to get a win on the board. Need to get back rolling a little bit. I know Tyler's sick of holding on to that game chain, so we got to get a win so he can hand that out.
We need to get back to handing that out.
It'll be interesting to see what happens after this, because right now this is all we have on the schedule is this last game, and supposedly they may or may not, as we've talked about it before, shuffle up the leagues. I think we're going to sit tight where we are. They might move Johnson Wood up, one team down from the B1, and maybe, depending on how Labatt Blue ends up versus us, maybe them down in, I think it's C and S or something like that, maybe move them up. But who knows? It's
at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You play who you play. It's whoever's on the schedule. It's who you're going to play.
Yeah.
We just got, at the end of the day, we just got to play better. I mean, we had, like I said, a couple bad starts to the last few games.
Yep.
It's got to come out of the gates a little bit hotter. Maybe put the first one in, make it easier on everybody. Well, so Reader, as we already mentioned, wasn't at the game this week. We'll get to that. One of everybody's favorite segments coming up in a little bit. Talk about that. But because he wasn't at the game, we didn't have the Gong Goblet to give out. So there was no interview. So I called. I called up to some of my contacts up in Canada, asked if they could do one of everybody in Michigan's favorite segments on Saturday night. And we're going to throw it over to one of the Gooney Toons' favorite people in the world, Coach.
Take it away, Coach.
Folks, welcome back to another edition of Coach's Corner, brought to you by Toon Talk and the Gooney Toons. This week's episode, we had a lot of options we could go over. Gooney Toons have been on a little bit of a skid, 3 losses in a row, so there are a lot of things we could pick at and criticize and bash them over the head with, but this week we decided to go in a little bit of a different direction. There was one player in particular who we've seen a lot of growth from in the past year and a half, and a couple of clips that'll demonstrate that pretty well. So let's go ahead and let's roll that first clip, huh? So yeah, you can see here we got Garrett and John making their way down on a nice little 2-on-1. John, unfortunately, not able to slow up and runs right off sides. That's a tough look, kids. That's a bonehead play only a dummy would make, and Garrett gives it to him. Tells him he had a good chance at a goal. Calls him a Make-A-Wish player. It was tough look for John. That's tough play, and well, it's just not the kind of thing you want to see when you're on a little bit of a skid. John's a better player than that. We know that. So we'll go ahead and roll that second clip. This is from this past week. John's he's out there on a similar play. This time it's Jake Brown making his way up the ice. They got themselves a 2-on-2, and John realizes he's going to go off sides, and he can't slow down in time, so instead he just runs himself right into the boards, right into the bench there. Stays on sides, keeps the play alive, and folks, that's the kind of thing you want to see from a player like that. Keeps the play alive. They have a chance to get a goal. Nice opportunity there. He realizes, he remembers what happened a couple weeks ago, remembers he ran off sides, tries to slow up, can't, runs into the boards. Kids, that's the kind of things I want to see out there. That's what makes a good play. You learn from your mistakes. You become a better player, and John's doing just that. So yeah, that's what we got this week for Coach's Corner. One thing before I leave, don't want to forget, we don't do this enough. Don't do this often enough. Thanking our troops for their service. So, Garrett, for those of us here at Coach's Corner, we want to thank you, host of Toon Talk, Garrett Redline, for your service in the U.S. Armed Forces. God bless you, Garrett. God bless America. And God bless Toon Talk. Thanks, folks. We'll see you again soon. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate that breakdown. Shout out John, having a hell of a year, making some big steps. What'd you guys think about Coach's breakdown?
Spot on. I mean, you can see the growth and development in no matter what. Was that 3 weeks?
Something like that. Pretty quick.
Yeah. Yep. So it's a good read, good analysis. We're definitely gonna have him come back for some more breakdown. If we need him, yeah. If he sees something, he watches all of our games. He watches the tape. So if he sees something worth breaking down, I'm sure he'll reach out to me. He has my information. He's a subscriber. So shout out, Coach. Thanks. I think he was number 32. Something like that. Yeah. 31, 32. Yeah. So yep. New subscriber. So thanks, Coach. Appreciate that. All right. We got anything else from the game from the week?
I don't think so. I think just hopefully everybody gets back to 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Because I know we had some issues. Yeah.
Yeah. What? So, I didn't even hear it. What's up? What was the big guy's excuse? What's going on with Wichard?
He was checked out a couple weeks ahead of time.
Yeah. Well, so he was in Kalahari.
Yeah. I don't know where that's at.
What?
It's a water park in Ohio. Oh, okay. He took the family. I'm kind of wondering though. He
went to a water park in October.
It's like an indoor.
Oh, it's like a Great Wolf Lodge kind of deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm kind of wondering though. He missed last week. He was in the doghouse the week before. So is he trying to make up, some to his wife or I don't know.
Boy, oh boy.
He checked in the next week. So
we talk about commitments on the Gooney Toons.
I
This
think
does not
he
bode
only
well.
missed one game last year, and he's already missed twice that now.
The good news is no plans to go to the Michigan game with them this Saturday.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
You're
I
not
can't
allowed
make
to
that
take him
mistake
anywhere
twice.
fun on Saturdays. Yeah, he's got to be completely locked down. Dedicate
Yeah.
that to the wife and kids.
What all right, so family vacation to a water park in October. Okay, fair enough. What was Scrap and Grappin's excuse?
So he texted me ahead of time, and I still am kind of hazy on the details, but he did say he had to make a doctor, like an ER trip with the family. So I wasn't sure. He said nothing serious.
Okay.
So that's all
That's
I know. But, just wish health to the family. So he
Of
gets a good
course.
excuse this week.
That's fair. Yep.
That's a fair excuse. I won't
family-
give him shit.
Family first, except when it's a vacation to a water park. If it's family health, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Take care of the kids, take care of the wife. Understandable. What I mean, is Reader even on the team anymore? What are we doing? What are we doing? I know, and you know what? And I don't even think he listens. So we can talk all the shit about him we want. He's not even going to hear anything. I don't even think he listens.
So we had Dr. Redline give us that medical report. He said he was questionable for this week. He took that
cleared to play this last week.
He took that big hit at the end of the game, and then he wasn't here this week. So I don't know.
Maybe we need to find another doctor.
We might have to.
You know what? We should have gotten a second opinion.
That would have been a smart. That would have been
Actually, you know
always get a second.
I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna get a second opinion, and we'll make sure that makes the cut. We'll throw it in here right about now.
Good evening. My name is Dr. John Hagan, and the Gooney Toons hockey team brought me in for consultation on their enforcing defenseman, Joe Reeder. I've reviewed the tape, taken a cursory look at Joe. I've found the diagnosis of broke-ass bitch accurate, but sophomoric. His absence is less likely caused by the hit and more likely caused by a constriction injury to the left fourth finger that Joe suffered several weeks ago, and a subsequent adjustment disorder that he's been working through. My prognosis is that with a little luck and a lot of blue light, Joe will rejoin your Toons Sunday night. Thank you, and good luck.
I hope it made it. But yeah, hopefully that second opinion made it. We'll see by the time this plays.
It'll make it in if the doctor is available. I know he's a busy guy.
Oh,
thanks, Dr. Redline.
Yeah. Oh no. We're getting a second opinion. So
yeah, a different opinion.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
Yeah, Roman.
First. Oh, jeez. that would actually be pretty funny.
Who?
Who's this guy?
Oh, you mean the guy I play Pokemon with?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shit. I forgot they knew each other. Yeah.
Yeah, they're Pokemon buddies.
Yeah, the guy that said he could help me with my split lip, but his emergency go bag was in his apartment doing everybody a lot of good. Yeah, that doctor.
Thanks.
All right. Well, I mean, we've had 5 games and he's made it to 1. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and question his integrity and question his priority and question his loyalty. A lesser host would do that. I'm not going to do that. But I am just going to say 1 out of 5 is not a great number. He got into a little bit of a scrappy checking match in the first game. In one game he was there. He got lit up by a teammate, threw some shots at a teammate in the post-game interview. I mean, it's not been a good start to the year for Mr. Reeder. I'll just say that.
I think there's talks of sending him down to kind of get his mind right, get his play, back to normal. So I don't know.
Yeah, we might have send him to the Mallards for a couple games before we bring him back up.
If that's what it takes. Some guys, all it takes is getting called out on the podcast.
Yeah.
The problem with Reeder is you got to listen to the podcast to get called out on the podcast.
To know you're getting called out.
That's right. So if he listens and he steps his game up and he actually comes to a game, then maybe maybe he can stay. But if not, we're going to be need to take his jersey for the next guy up. We got plenty of guys waiting in the wings.
There is a witness,
eager to take his spot. Would love to play for the Gooney Toons and be here every week. Reeder, figure it out.
To play on this team, Reeder. It's a privilege.
That's right. Well, he paid, so
he paid.
All right. Fair enough.
All right. Oh shit. Anything else? Anybody
No, that's it. A lot of family.
This might be a little bit more crowded next week. Like you already said, late game. I already saw we got a couple guys that are, up in Midland, like an hour away, and are probably not going to be making it. So this might be a crowded screen come next week. I'm excited for that.
Give them the benefit of the doubt. They got time to change their mind and show up.
I already talked to them on Sunday. They said they're not coming.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
They got time. They might change their mind. They better.
Well, yeah, hopefully. I was going to say hopefully not for a couple of them, but hopefully everybody's there.
Yeah.
So
one observation too. On our first episode, we harped on our defensive core and how strong it was, probably even the strongest part of our team this year. And I want to say, I don't think have we missed a forward yet?
Well, Tim was on a cruise for a week.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was the first game. So, but okay, anybody other than Tim?
Well, Embry didn't bring his clothes last week.
That's right.
His gear.
Okay. So, yep. So but either way, we got 3 defensemen that couldn't make it.
Yeah, miss it all in the same week.
Yep.
I will say we have a couple defensemen who have been here every week. Brown and Dan been here every week, haven't missed a single game. So it's more or less just a couple of guys that are having some commitment issues.
They got to get like a text chain going or something, and they can't, make sure that only at most 2 of them are missing. Like, figure it out.
I agree. Yeah, we have 6 of them, so figure it out. I like it.
Well, yeah, because even Embry let everybody know that he brought his bag.
He still was at the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that he missed.
Yeah, this week he pulled up. He was wearing his shirt and tie again in his quarter zip. Loved the look, and he goes, "Oh, so this is what it's like being here half an hour before the game." We're like, "Yeah, we just kind of hang out, and a couple of us drink, and we just watch the game." He goes, "It's kind of nice. I'm not in a rush." Yeah, man, you should try it more often instead of running in and getting dressed in 5 minutes. So, all right. Is it time for everybody's favorite segment? I say that every week because it's my favorite segment.
It's mine too. So, I mean, 2 out of 3.
It's definitely the most talked about.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. Let's hit it.
Let's do it. Toon Factor Baby.
All right. So by popular demand, first one up. Whoop. Sorry,
Bray. Okay. There he is. Look at that. Look at that supermodel.
Mr. Good looking himself.
Look at that. Look at that.
They must have taken that picture on his no glasses game.
Yeah, that was a no glasses day for him. All right, who wants to go first?
I got one. I'll go first.
All right.
So I got to kind of paint the picture a little bit for this. So when we first started the team, we had Connor's brother Ben play goalie for the majority of the season.
Yep, played goalie his whole life.
Yeah. So
pretty solid goalie, all things considered.
Pretty solid, but he's not our goalie anymore. Bray.
That's right.
But anyways, so Bray played forward for the first 10 games of Gooney Toon history. Probably
the first 20.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, we've had 20 games. Yeah, that sounds, yeah. Yep. Either way. So we didn't keep track of stats or anything like that. So I believe he only got 1 goal.
I think he did have 1 goal. I know
for a fact he got 1 goal because it was the game that I got 2 goals in 1 shift. That was no big deal.
Okay.
But anyways, so he got 1 goal that game. And that's why I gave him the Toon factor of the swipe. So anytime Bray scores a goal, you know you're getting a 6 Sally because after he scored that goal, he went by that other team's bench and I wish we had that on camera because it was just one of those things like, yup, that was amazing.
And not to take anything away from Bray as the goalie, but Bray as the forward was not a great skater, which is no problem with that. It was definitely it was his first year ever playing hockey, only been skating for a couple years. So it is what it is. But yeah, you could imagine a guy that's not a very good skater doing an ice grab as he goes. And he's kind of, we have a video of Witcher.
Oh yeah. We see the video.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. He didn't run into the boards and collapse into a heap like Witcher did.
And I remember I think we were actually playing the Misfits. And someone on the bench said, "Act like you've been there before." And I remember hollering back, like, "He hasn't. This is his first goal."
So I didn't even realize, Garrett, but you two are in elite company, you and Bray.
Yeah. I was thinking about kind of tying that in there, but I didn't want to make it about me.
No, the only two Gooney Toons members that have a shutout and a goal.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben,
Ben doesn't have a goal.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a
Doesn't even have a
shutout.
shutout?
I don't think he doesn't have a shutout either. He went 1-21 that the first year we played, and I think the one win was what was it, Tim? Was it a shootout win?
Yeah, we don't need to talk about it.
Okay, good. All right, my tune factor for Bray is.
All right, let's talk about it.
All right, we'll talk about it. Shut up. My tune factor for Bray is lights, camera, action. So many guys on the team, their families come to the games, parents, wives, kids, all that kind of stuff. So Bray's dad comes to a lot of our games. And for the first, probably, I think most of the games last year and a couple of the games this year, he's brought an old school camcorder and he sits in the end that Bray is playing goalie. He moves across the rink and, moves it from one end of the rink to the other in between periods. And he sits behind Bray and he tapes him playing goalie. So Bray gets a +5 to all stats when his dad is in the rink videotaping the game with his camera.
Well, and to that, and I'm going to send you this one. He had a 6 save one time when his dad was there. And it was like to the point where I submitted to Live Bar and it was like top 10 of the week. It was just amazing. Where the puck got moved from left to right. He goes over and just windmills it up, and it's going to go up there. So I'll kind of throw that up on the screen real quick.
Making a note of it right now.
Yep. Yeah, that's a perfect example of lights, camera, action.
Lights, camera, action. When your parent is in the house, you play a little different. I think everybody knows that.
Yeah.
When you got somebody there watching you, if it's for better or worse, sometimes some guys, they wilt under the pressure, but some
Not
guys
Bray.
like Bray, lights, camera, action. He's ready.
So my tune factor for Bray is now you see me, now you don't. So after the game, I've never seen anybody get undressed faster and out of that locker room before he can drink a beer with the boys.
We're one of these times he's going to hang out, because he's 21 now. So
he is 21.
Yeah.
I think if we win, see, the game's at 10:15 though. That's what sucks. I think we need to win. I think if we win, because when we win, everybody's in a better mood. Everybody's, having a good, not that we're not doing that when we lose, but obviously it's a little bit different. We're passing out the game chain. I think if we win, we might be able to get him to stay for a beer. But the problem is this week, if we win it, game's at 10:15.
We'll get the new schedule. I'm sure, we'll fit in a family night, maybe even 2 or 3.
Oh,
some early games and I'm sure we'll be able to figure something out.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like that.
Does anybody have any other ones for Bray or just one apiece?
That's all I got.
All right. So moving on, if you didn't see it earlier, you've seen it now. The voice of Toon Talk, intro and outro, Mr. Eric Redline.
Currently the first and last guest of Toon Talk.
Yeah.
So he's got that going for him.
Yeah, which is nice.
I'll go first.
All right.
Eric has been known, and I say this with just don't love saying it, but it is what it is. Got to give him his credit where it's due. Eric has been known to be a little bit clutch. When it comes down to it, he can make a nice shot when we need one, make a nice pass when we need one. So I gave Eric, and he's been known to be, to perform in front of large crowds. He was part of a band. They performed in front of hundreds of people. So Eric gets the frontman tune factor. He gets a +5 to his shot power and accuracy when there is a 1-goal game in the last 5 minutes of a 1-goal or tied game. So when the pressure's on and the time's running out, Eric steps up his game. Shout out Eric, the front man.
Yeah. So mine was kind of similar. I gave Eric the "Do you know who I am" factor.
Is that similar at all?
Hear me out. So obviously we know he was a front man, blah, blah, blah.
Lead singer, lead guitarist. Yeah.
Yep. So he loves to tell us and tell everybody that he was the Midland's leading goal scorer.
Oh, I actually forgot about that.
So
that's crazy.
He gets +5 when he plays for Midland. When he tells the Gooney Toons and Flint that he was a Midland leading goal scorer.
That's so every week he tells us he gets a +5 for the next game.
Yep.
That's an incredible tune factor.
That's probably the one that makes the actual most.
Because I'll tell you what, we have not heard a lot about Midland and him scoring this year. And I bet that's because he hasn't been doing a lot of scoring in Midland this year. Think about that for a second.
I think they published their stats, so maybe we'll do some digging.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
We'll get Buckley on it.
Yeah,
we'll get Buckley on it.
Yeah, we'll have those Midland stats for everybody next week. I like that.
Yep, I like it.
That fits really good.
All right, so mine is, it's not quite in line with your guys, but for my Toon factor for Eric, he has Big D cardio. So Eric's father, Big D, Don Redline, he's been known to, bear down and get a goal here and there, but he's not quite known for his cardio or his hustle ability. So Eric would go up and down the ice like his father. And, the hustle might be there, it might not, but the cardio won't be there. But what he can do is he can bear down, and this goes back to what Connors was saying, and he can snipe a corner when need be. So his snipe skills go up 5, but his cardio goes down 5. And that's that Big D cardio. That's
the classic. Yeah. When we were still, when we were doing drop-ins, kind of how a lot of us, how we kind of got to know Tim, we do kind of Gooney Toons and older guys. What did we call them? Just the old guys.
Yeah. The old guys.
Yep.
We do drop-ins on Sundays.
Those are old guys.
And Big D would, when it was his turn to go out, he would hop over the boards. He would skate one way. He would skate back the other way. And then he would come to the bench, and that was his shift.
He would be in the far corner, and you could just tell from the look on his face that he was coming off the ice.
No matter where the puck was.
Didn't matter where the puck was.
He's by it, like past it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If he had a chance to give a guy a breakaway, nope, he's going to the bench. He had his shift. He was ready to sit down. That's actually pretty good. I like that. That's a good Toon factor for Eric.
All right,
who's last?
Mr.
Scrap and Grappin'.
That's right.
I'll go last on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I can take this one.
All right, go ahead, Tim.
So I gave him the under arrest factor. Anytime somebody touches him or his stick touches somebody, he's always putting his hands up like he's under arrest.
No touching. No touching.
I was actually going to call mine that, but I figured someone else would grab that because that one you referenced it in the other video, and that's pretty perfect. That's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is, he's gotten more penalties called against him for doing that than he's avoided penalties when doing that.
Yep.
As soon as he puts his stick up and he goes and he hooks a guy, or he, maybe trips a guy, and the guy falls and he does this, the refs immediately put their hand up and give a penalty every time.
Freaking,
yeah.
It's me.
I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. My stick just went into that guy's stick or skate and he fell. It wasn't me. Yeah, without fail.
Yeah.
All right. I have a couple, but I'll do this one first. This is another positive one. I gave Grappin the Hawkeye Toon factor. For whatever reason, Grappin's been playing hockey his whole life, so that's probably got something to do with it. When you're in the offensive zone with him, he will find you with the puck. It doesn't matter how many guys are in between you, how many skates, how many sticks. If he's in the corner and you're out and you're in the slot, he will find you with the puck. He's got great ice vision when he's in the offensive zone. When he's in the defensive zone, he's, a little bit kind of like a reverse reader a little bit, but he can pass the puck and he can thread the needle when he needs to in the offensive zone. So that's Hawkeye.
Yeah. So actually I should be able to fit one in and then we'll go back to yours. So,
all right.
Kind of in line with Tim's, I gave Joey the Simple Jack Award. And simply because I hope it's gonna work.
Oh boy.
He should have gotten Oscar for his performance in embellishment. So when he's on the ice, his embellishment skills go up 5 points because we all know that he's gonna be throwing his hands up. It's not me, and it's just coming down. So that was my Toon factor for Grappin.
That's good.
Jack Award. Yeah.
My only other one, I had no touching, which is basically the same thing as you guys. But I had hurt or injured. He's just injury prone. I mean, he's just the most injury prone player I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
What did he do last year? He tripped down a flight of stairs.
Fell down he tripped over like a door frame or something like that and busted up his toe.
I thought I thought there was.
And he had turf toe.
Yeah, turf toe, but he wasn't on any turf.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's just the most injury pro. I mean, it seems like every year he's got a couple. He pulled his groin one year, turf toe.
I feel like we all do a little bit every year.
Yeah. That's
Gooney Toons
true.
Special.
Yeah, that is the Gooney Toons special. We've had a number of those. But yeah, turf toe, hurt ankle, hurt wrist. Yeah, there's always something with Grappin. So,
yeah, I think
is he hurt or is he injured? You tell me.
I know he paid.
He paid.
Yeah, he paid. You're right.
No,
he hasn't checked out of the game, so he might be there next week.
We'll see.
So,
yeah, I think everybody on the Gooney Tunes, they're it's a collective tune factor that when they hit the age of 30, they get a -5 for pulling groins.
For
flexibility.
For flexibility.
Yeah. Yeah, you're contractually obligated to pull your groin once a season once you're 30 or 30.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in your Gooney Tune contract. I'm really looking forward to that in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Those are solid tune factors, boys.
Yeah.
I don't have many. I think we've done what? 12 so far?
Yeah. Yep. So we only got, I think, 2 more sets.
Yeah, 2 more sets.
Yeah.
So we'll have to figure something else to do after we finish up with the Gooney Tune factors. I was gonna say something. Oh, I mean the NHL season starts this week.
I was gonna bring that up too.
Yep.
I'm actually I was watching the
let's say I thought it starts today.
Pittsburgh Lightning just finished the first period. So
what's the score in that? I think I got $5 on over 5.
0-0 after 1. I will say so. I was watching the pregame. Obviously, the game is on ESPN this year. NHL is back on ESPN for the first time in 27 years. And they did like a 5-minute little behind the scenes video on the NHL on ESPN theme song. And like, I got a little bit choked up because that song, like when I was little was the shit. Like so, and they like went and they talked to the composer who like did it originally, and then he came back and did it again, and it was cool. It's on, if you check out, I'm sure it's on ESPN's website, or I saw it on their Twitter account. So, but it's good to have NHL back on ESPN. I think, and they're going to be on TNT tomorrow night with a pretty crazy cast on that, so that'll be cool. And it's just good to have the season back. Yeah.
Well, and we got the Olympics to look forward to, and they're bringing in what do you call it, pros this year.
Yeah, we're gonna have pros back. Yeah, and they're giving them. Well, I was looking at the schedule. They have an All-Star break and an Olympic break this year.
Wow.
The All-Star game is in Vegas, and then the Olympics are in
China, I think.
China. Yes. Yeah, they're in China because they were talking about, I guess, the IIHF, which is like the governing body of the Olympic hockey or whatever. We're going to determine whether or not China's team was good enough to compete in the Olympics because they're, the home country gets an automatic bid in every team sport or whatever. But if they're not deemed competitive enough, and it sounds like, so they have like tiers, obviously, like the first tier is like there's the 8 teams that are competing in the Olympics. Then it goes down from there. I think China's like tier 4 or tier 5.
Wow.
So they were saying if they play, they'd be in a group with the US, Canada, and I can't remember who the third team in that group is, but they were, because and like one of the big tiebreakers is goals for and goals against.
Oh boy.
So there's a chance China would be getting like people were joking like 70 goals scored against them, but it might be close to like 25 goals.
It might be Gooney Toons season 1 level.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, so that could be interesting if China has a team in the Olympics. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, fun. Obviously, great to have hockey back. Not quite Gooney Tunes hockey, but if you guys are bored,
it's nice too because regardless of what time you're in at the bar, there's a game on.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you have Sunday night football, but there's always hockey game on in there too.
Yep, for sure. And if you're bored during the week without your Gooney Tunes, I know people get bored during the week without Toon. Toon Talk comes out on Thursdays, and our games aren't until Sunday. So you've got something to, hold you over from Sunday to Sunday now. So that's good. That's good for everybody. One funny thing, we were sitting, watching the game after our game, whatever, and Brandon, opposing goalie, came up and we were talking, and Eric and I were talking about our fantasy football teams. And I don't think Brandon was really listening. He just heard the word fantasy, and he goes, "Oh yeah, you guys want to see my fantasy team?" We're kind of like, I mean, not really, but sure, man, whatever. And he pulls his phone up and he hands it over to us. And I wasn't really paying attention. Aaron goes, Pasternak, Ovechkin. And I was like, oh my God, you're talking about, no one cares about your fantasy hockey team, dude, let alone your fantasy football. I mean, come on, what are we doing here? And he's like, yeah, man, I got a really solid team. And he's like, listen to all his players. And I was like, oh my God. He's like, yeah.
Fantasy hockey and fantasy baseball, that's a full-time job.
Yeah, because I did hockey 1 year and I can't dedicate that much time.
I did it the year I did it. It was nice because you set your lineup on Sunday and it was like a weekly thing. So you had the same lineup for the week. He has to set his lineup every day.
Ugh.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's way too much effort. Way too much work. If I could do it where it was like, okay, on Sunday you have like a weekly matchup and this is your team for the whole week. So play the guys that have 3 or 4 games or whatever. That'd be one thing. But every day, nah, no thanks.
Yeah.
I'll just watch the games and bet on them and lose a bunch of money that way.
I got over 5.5. I need over 5.5 of that Tampa game.
Okay.
Yeah, $5. Yeah. Yeah. But no, it's good to have the other hockey league back besides Crystal Fieldhouse B2. So
yeah, men's 18 plus B2.
Yep.
Oh shit. All right. Anything else, boys?
That's all I got.
All right.
Yep.
Well, special shout out to Coach again for joining us and doing his weekly breakdowns. We'll have to have him back for another breakdown soon. Appreciate you guys joining us, everybody, for watching. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, we absolutely love that. If you are looking to listen to it on your drive or at work, we are on Apple Podcasts. Just look up Gooney Toons Hockey Toon Talk, and we're on Spotify looking up Gooney Toons Hockey Toon Talk. We also have a Twitter page and an Instagram page. I don't think we've posted on either of those yet, but we might. So check those out. Give those a follow if you want.
Yep.
We might start doing kind of game updates depending on if we can figure that out or not. I don't know. We're working on it. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching, for listening. We will talk to you guys next week. Go Gooney Toons.
Yep.
Go Toons.
Peace.
Talk. Please like, subscribe, and follow our page for future content to come.